Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the first season of The Winchesters. So The Winchesters is a dark fantasy series that serves as a prequel to Supernatural, which I do have a full playlist for if you're interested in my thoughts on that show, and focuses on John and Mary Winchester, the parents of Sam and Dean Winchester, as they set out to find their missing fathers. So what did I think of The Winchesters? Well, I honestly enjoyed it. I was skeptical at first because, Supernatural as a franchise, especially for the CW network, felt like it had run its course by the time the show had ended. But after watching The Winchesters, I guess I was wrong. There's still plenty of room for opportunities in this particular universe. So let's get into it. So first of all, let's start with the characters. Firstly, we have John Winchester, played by Drake Rodger. John returns home after serving in the Vietnam War before meeting Mary for the first time and also discovering that his father was in fact a part of the secret society known as the Men of Letters, which was established back in Supernatural. Mary Campbell is played by Meg Donnelly, who you may remember from Disney Channel flicks such as Zombies 2 and Zombies 3. Mary's father, Samuel Campbell, has also gone missing, and so she teams up with John to find him. And having grown up in the hunting lifestyle, given that she comes from a family of hunters, she intends to quit once she finds Samuel in order to pursue a normal life. And I have to say, not only were Rodgers and Connolly's performances fantastic, but so was their on-screen chemistry. And even Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who originally played John Winchester in Supernatural, seems to agree on that. John's mother, Millie Winchester, is played by Bianca Kaldrich, who you might remember from Halloween Resurrection, and Samuel Campbell, having previously been played by Mitch Pileggi in Supernatural, does appear in The Winchesters, though I won't mention who had been cast as him because that's kind of a surprise, but just to give you a hint, he is played by the lead actor of a TV show that I have talked about before on my channel. I'll let you guess which one it is. Then you've got Mary's friends, Latika and Carlos. Latika is a hunter in training, while Carlos is more experienced and is essentially the show's comic relief, and a very good one at that. There's also Ada Monroe, a bookstore owner who takes interest in the occult, as well as Kyle, a young journalist, and Betty, a local cop. And lastly, the main antagonists of this season being the Akrita. The Akrita are creatures from another world that intend to invade Earth. As simple as it sounds, the reason for their very existence is a bit more complicated than that, and I think you'll be surprised when you find that out. The show definitely has a different feel from that of Supernatural, not only because it's a product of the early 2020s, but because of the 1970s setting. Back then there was no internet, there were no cell phones, and pop culture was nothing like it is today. One thing that might baffle longtime Supernatural fans is the fact that John and Mary are hunting together from the get-go, which is a massive retcon within the Supernatural timeline. Because in Supernatural, John didn't become a hunter until after Mary had died. Luckily, there is an explanation for this, but I can't get into it because, well, that's spoiler territory. There's a couple of really fun and inventive Monster of the Week episodes, such as Masters of War, about a series of murders taking place at an institution for PTSD-induced war veterans, Legend of a Mind, which focuses on a djinn and also fleshes out Ada a bit more, and The Tears of a Clown, which revolves around a series of disappearances occurring at a mysterious carnival. The Winchesters is a lot shorter than every season of Supernatural, spanning only 13 episodes, and that's probably because the CW is currently cutting costs at every possible time. You can thank the decline of the Arrowverse for that, so binging through it won't be a problem, especially since each episode contributes something important to the plot. The beginning of each episode sprinkled in some narration by none other than Dean Winchester, played, or I guess in this case voiced, by Jensen Ackles. And you can also expect a few special guest appearances from cast members of Supernatural. I won't mention who in particular, but you'll be surprised. And then you have the finale. The finale is arguably the best episode of the season, not only because of how it wraps up the season, but because of the implications it has for the future of the show going forward, as well as the supernatural universe in general. Now, I don't know if the Winchesters is gonna get another season or not, but the thing is, when that finale aired, I went from not caring about a second season to absolutely demanding it. Because if that's the direction they're heading in, I'm definitely on board for it. Now, I don't have a lot of issues with the Winchesters, but I guess these are things that need to be improved on going forward. Firstly, the show is very episodic, so if you were watching this live as it aired, like I did, it was definitely tedious at times, especially since I had no idea where the story was going. I get that it's only 13 episodes and every episode is important, but if you're only watching this for the story, then you're gonna get bored at times. Also, some of the episodes are a little bit cheesy or goofy or just too cartoonish, even by supernatural standards. I mean, episodes like Teach Your Children Well and Your Lost Little Girl feature urban legends that are like something out of Goosebumps. The ending to Masters of War felt like something out of Power Rangers, and Cast Your Fate to the Wind features a vampire cult, but honestly by this point I feel like everything you can do with vampires in the supernatural universe had already been done. But other than that, guys, this was still a really good start to the Winchesters. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Winchesters. I would highly recommend it if you're a fan of Supernatural, especially for that finale of all things. And I honestly think that it's the best installment in the Supernatural franchise since season 2 of Supernatural. So it may not be one of my all-time favorite installments, but it's still better than some of my least favorite seasons of Supernatural. Next time I'll be reviewing yet another Stephen King book, specifically The Eyes of the Dragon. So look forward to that very soon. And yeah, thank you all for watching, guys. Please be sure to like the video, share it, and subscribe. Ring the bell. Take care, and I'll see you soon.